Yeah, you know me, or you might have learned about me and seen me and connected with me here and there. Again, I love serving and connecting with people here over at Northern Wesleyan Church, and we are continually walking through our midweek devotion, noon 15 time, 365 essential questions of the Bible. Again, a devotional that's daily, 365. And seeing how it's Wednesdays, we're only on day 35 in here, but I think it's great for us to walk together. It gives you encouragement, midweek instead of, I know people are like, well, you could do it every day. Well, yeah, I could get on here and talk every day to you, but I think it's great just to give you a little bit of nuggets of in between the times, right? So, hey, I want to remind you that this Wednesday we have our midweek gathering, and we're going to meet at 6:30. It's going to be fun. We're gonna connect, talk, grow, laugh, build relationships, be the church. So we'd love you to come out here on Wednesdays at 6:30 here at 22 East Poplar Street. That's North Vernon Wesleyan Church, right? That's where we'd like to be. That's where I'd like you to be. So I'd like to invite you to be a part of that if possible. And then come on out on Sunday at 10:30. Sunday at 10:30 for worship. We're going to worship. We have a message relevant to today, walking through together, worshiping together, laughing together, and growing together. And then it's the fifth Sunday of the month. And the fifth Sunday. And so what we do, or what we're working at doing, getting back into, is the pavilion ministries that we're a part of. We are trying to get back to the fifth Sunday. So we were walking and talking, and I know it's a little late in the game in the sense that, I'm getting it out now, but at 5 o'clock at the Nazarene Church, we will have our worship, some dessert. So if you want to bring a dessert to share, or a snack to share with the group of people that are going to be there, and then we'll have some worship, I do believe, and then they've asked me to deliver the message that evening. So 5 o'clock, we're coming out, we'll do that, and then we'll have some dessert afterward. So if you're there, keep in touch. We'll keep in touch, I should say, with you if something changes and we don't do it. But at this rate, right now, Wednesday night, 6:30 here tonight, right? And then Sunday morning, 10:30 here, 22 East Poplar, and then Sunday at 5 at the Nazarene Church off of 3. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to connect with you there. We'd love to walk with you in the midst of life. So, hey, we're glad you're jumping in and talking, walking with us through this daily devotion. But again, we do it more of a midweek devotion. And we're on justice, mercy, and humility. In Micah 6:11 out of NIV says, shall I equate someone with dishonest scales with a bag of false weights? In the time of the prophet Micah, around the mid-8th century BC, the people of Judea had a problem. I mean, they had a huge problem with focusing on the wrong things. I mean, they were focusing on the wrong things. The people were being big and walking into this idea of the religious rites and ceremonies laid out in the law of Moses, but they were very lacking in applying God's principles for living in love and towards others. So they're trying something, but they're not living in love. They're not living into what they're asked to be doing. Speaking through the prophet, God let his people know the external acts of religion, that though the law called for these things, the law's calling for it, meant nothing unless their hearts were filled with genuine love. Their hearts need to be filled with genuine love for God, and they treated their earthly brothers and sisters right. And that they to do so, right? In the same chapter of the book of Micah, God gave his people this vital, important, and timeless message. And this is one of my favorite scriptures, Micah 6:8. But out of the NIV, it says, he has shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? So he's saying, hey, what is good, right? More, O mortals, hey, what's good? I want to show you to act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. I think that's my day, and on not in any devotion here, but that's my daily walk, man. I think about myself all the time. I need to act justly, to love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. That means when I walk in the wrong way, I stop and I pray. I go to the altar. Where my altar can be, my altar can be in my house. My altar can be where I'm at for the moment. But I go to that space and I just pray and say, God, give me a little more love, a little more mercy, a little more justice, right? So again, justice, mercy, and humility. I mean, to me, I mean, they tell you a lot that this is like the bedrock of the Christians living a life, right? The life of living a Christian it's that foundation, right? The foundation. And I think that's what Jesus is trying to portray, right? In a message, give us the message. He said that this of the greatest commandment: love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and the greatest commandment. And all the second is like this: love your neighbor as yourself. And I think the law and the prophets hung on these two commandments. I mean, we know, read out of Matthew 22, 37, 40. But that's where we're supposed to be living in a moment where we live and love justice, love mercy, and walk humbly. We're to do so. We have to have checks. We need to understand that. To me, that's like I said, they say the bedrock, that's the foundation. That is who I am. If I'm not living justly, mercifully, and humbly, or I'm not acting justice with mercy and humility, then why am I being what I'm being just like everybody else in this world. I don't have to agree upon my neighbors. I don't have to agree upon what's going on, but I'm still called to love and walk. I think that's what God's calling us to do as a church, as the communities, and where we're at today is to love your neighbor as yourself. Do unto others as you want done unto you. And simply live a justly, humbly, and merciful life. Hey, love to see you tonight or this Sunday here, 22 Stopper Street. That's North Fern, West.